Hey, Joe from churchfacebookads.com here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set a budget for your Facebook ads for your church. So whether or not this is your first time here, I would love for you guys to let me know what you're trying to learn down in the comments below. As I make other videos, I always look to you for what to make those on. So in this video, we're going to be talking all about how do you set a budget for church Facebook ads. This is probably the most common question that I get, because everybody who's never run an ad before is wondering, what do we spend on ads? I mean, if I've never run an ad, do I spend $5 a day, $100 a day? Does it depend on your church size? Does it depend on the area you're targeting and all of that? And a lot of times I'm in different church Facebook groups, and I will find that most people don't actually answer this question. So I want to do a good job today of unpacking the different ways to look at this and how you can set a budget and feel confident in setting that budget and presenting that to leadership. So what I would recommend is, first off, start with $5 a day. Why I say $5 a day is because it's going to be a number that's big enough to understand, the metrics that you're looking at and be able to analyze the data, but it's small enough that, if you don't get the results you were looking for, you still, even if you ran them for the full month, you're out $150, which is a very small education to learn how to run Facebook ads. At least, 2 times better than you know how to do them now. And think about it. I mean, if you bought a course on how to run church Facebook ads, you would probably spend more than that in 1 month. So I recommend that $5. That's kind of, the test driving, model of let's get in there, let's play with the platform, let's understand what we're looking at, how we're looking at it, and be able to look at it over a 28 to 30 day period and be able to tell, wow, in the beginning of the month they were working well, or Sundays like ads are performing so well, or Thursday through Sunday works really good, and be able to understand that data in a whole different way and have a 30-day view to look at it. So first off, like I said, $5 a day is the budget that you start with. Now there's a million ways to go with this, and you could say, well, I want to run it all in one day, and why don't I spend $150 in one day and learn that way? I don't recommend it. I've spent about probably like $5 million now in Facebook ads. I've spent about $250 to $500K a month in Facebook ads for different e-commerce brands. And I've worked in churches for 10 years. So I understand the dichotomy of there's the church world, and then there's the secular world and brands and all of that. And I still would recommend, even with e-com brands, like the $5 a day model is super helpful to just understand your metrics and get to be more familiar with the platform. So $5 a day is what you start with. And the type of ad I would start with is a page post engagement ad. Now this is going to be the closest thing to boosting a post. So if you're familiar with the word boosting posts, that's essentially what this is you're boosting the engagement on the post. Inside of boosting a post, you can also optimize for somebody clicking a link, which is them leaving Facebook. But for this example, us spending just $5 a day, I recommend boosting. Now, the number you're going to look for is the cost per engagement. And sorry, I don't recommend boosting. I recommend running a page post engagement ad, which is like boosting. And the reason we want to run that is because we're going to be able to look at the data after in a way that boosting won't allow you, and you can target better audiences when you are using the Facebook Ads Manager, which I actually have a whole video that walks you through, a whole mini free course that walks you through how to do that. If you just go to churchfacebookads.com, you can opt in and get that. But basically, the reason you want to run that ad is because when it comes to targeting, inside of boosting posts, you're going to be able to just target your radius and target some interest and things like that, and you're pretty much guessing. I know, because I've guessed a lot when it comes to Facebook ads and trying to run audiences and all of that stuff. You're going to pick things like big church names, you're going to pick church music, you're going to pick Christianity and all these other targetings that you think are going to work. But what that does is you would really have to have a good test running between all of these different ad sets and different audiences to be able to understand your data. And it's hard enough as it is with one audience, but then you start building out multiple targeted audiences and it just gets really confusing fast. So I recommend starting off with what's called a lookalike audience. And you're able to do this in the Facebook Ads Manager. Basically, it's a lookalike of the people who are part of this specific data set. So you could say the one I recommend, and I actually walk you through it in my free courses, And the reason I don't do it in this video is because I don't want to take up all your time doing, walking through something with the screen share that I can just put all in a module and you guys can just take. So basically you're going to set this lookalike audience off of the people who are engaging with your Facebook and Instagram page. And the goal is for them to engage, the new people to engage with your Facebook or Instagram page. So you're building it off of the action that you want them to take through the ad and what you're optimizing it for, which is them engaging, which is liking, commenting, and sharing. So I know this is a lot. Watch it through again if that if that helps you, because I know it's a lot to take in. Trust me, you're not going to get this overnight. It does take a little bit of time, but before you jump in and you start spending crazy amounts of money, or you buy some course, or you do anything crazy, I recommend you just spending $5 a day for 30 days, looking at your ads, 3 times a week. You don't have to be in there every single day looking at it once you set it up. Give it time to run, just be patient. But like I said, $5 a day is, probably the budget for your bulletin for the month, or maybe even smaller. If your church is under 200, it could be budget for mailers and things like that. So I recommend cutting off a portion of that budget, setting $5 a day, showing your pastor even this video, and showing them, hey, look, we're going to learn how to do this, because this is the 2020 and beyond way to market online. Social media was amazing, and it's been amazing, and it's an amazing platform. But at the end of the day, these platforms were created so that people can advertise, and these social media companies, once they have your attention, then they can monetize the channels. And working at Elevation, I saw, as the social media director for a couple of years there, I saw our reach decline, by a huge percentage. And I remember thinking to myself, man, I have to start doing for Elevation what I'm doing for brands on the side, because I was running a consulting business on the side where I was helping brands with digital marketing. And I just remember thinking, like, churches have no idea, because you're looking to succeed on social media, but you still don't have this, you have this notion that, as long as you create good content, it's going to work. But there's a whole nother layer now, and brands understand this, because I work with these brands, and I understand they are all focused on paid. They use organic content to, build audience and continue to build loyalty and all of that. But unless you're like a Hillsong or an Elevation or, a bigger church, and you have already, a consistent content stream, and you're consistently posting across YouTube and cutting that down for Facebook and building out stuff for stories, and have some sort of plan, and you're always posting content, and you have a pastor that is very charismatic that people love to listen to, and there's all these factors, and you're continually monitoring your metrics. I mean, when I was social media director, we would look at these metrics week over week across all channels, across all platforms, and on all brands essentially. So worship, church, outreach, kids, youth, and Pastor Steven's channels. Like it takes a lot of work. Instead, if you're a team of 1 or a team of 5 on a social media team, or if social media is like part of your role, and you're also cashing the checks, and you're also making sure to write the checks, and also making sure to do the weekend service, this is for you. I know paid ads sounds like, well, that sounds like an advanced thing, but it's really for you. I mean, it allows you to take, a few pieces of content, put some spend behind them, set a daily budget, and then have a budget for $150 a month, and be able to increase the amount of people you're reaching and the amount of connections that you're making, so that you can reach and keep more people engaged with your church. And at the end of the day, like, my heart is to help you reach more people, and I just want to hear about it. I mean, if you're able to do anything with this and you see results, share in the comments. I want to know what you learned. I want to know where you struggled, and I'm here to help you. So once again, my name is Joe from churchfacebookads.com. If you haven't already taken my free course, go ahead and take that there. It'll walk you through how to set up the pixel. It'll explain what that is. It will show you how to set up your ads. It'll show you how to set things up in the account so that accounting doesn't get mad at you when you start billing these ads to church as a whole, but then they're like, no, this ad was for a specific ministry. You need to, and I show you how to name the account and everything so that you're able to set that all up right. And then I show you how to look and see examples using the Church Facebook Ads library. You can even Google that. You don't even need my course. You could just Google that and type in churches that you want to look at their ads. I also recommend looking at brands ads and see what they're doing. And in the course, I walk you through all those things and what to look for and all of that stuff. So like I said, completely free. I'm here to help you guys reach and keep more people engaged as your church is online and in person. So if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe below, and tell another church marketer about it. And thank you so much for the work that you do and the choice that you've made to work at a church. You are changing the world for it, and the world is a better place for you having chosen to do that. Thank you.